Hello students, good afternoon. Welcome to the chemistry class. Today in this class we will study about the chapter electrochemistry. So what is the electrochemistry? The branch of chemistry which deals with the study of conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy and vice versa, and their mutual relationship is referred as electrochemistry. Means in electrochemistry we will convert chemical energy into electrical energy. Okay, so before studying the chemical electrochemistry we have to watch about the metallic and electrolytic conduction, conductors and insulators. So as we know that the substances which conduct electricity are known as conductors, and the substances which does not conduct electricity are known as insulators. Okay, so now conductors are classified as electrical conductors, means the substance which allow the passage of current through them are called electrical conductors or simply conductors. All metals and fused ionic compounds are their aqueous solutions are the substance of this type of conductors. Gases also conduct electric current at low pressure or when exposed to certain relations. Okay, and in the other way, insulators, the substances which do not allow the passage of electric current through them are called insulator. For example, rubber, glass, plastic, sulfur, dry wood, etc. Okay, now classification of electrical conductors. So first type of conductors are metallic conductors and metallic conduction. So all metals, example copper, silver, aluminium, zinc, etc., and their alloys like brass, bronze, steel, etc., conduct electric current. They possesses mobile electrons which are responsible for the conduction of current by them. Means metals show conductivity due to the presence of free public mobile electrons. Okay, so the phenomenon of conduction of current by metals is called metallic conduction or electronic conductions. During the passage of electric current through a metallic conductor, no chemical change takes place in the conductor because there is no movement of matter from one place to another. It is only the flow of electrons which conduct currents. So the metallic conduction decreases with increase in temperature. Okay, second type of conductors are known as electrolytic conductors, which are performed by the electrolytes. The conductors which conduct electric current on account of movement of ions and undergo a chemical change during the passage of electric current through them are called electrolytic conductors. So the phenomenon of the flow of current due to the movement of ions is known as electrolytic conductions. Okay, and electrolytic conductors are ionic compounds and are also referred as electrolytes. For example, common electrolytes: sodium chloride, potassium chloride, sodium hydroxide, hydrogen chloride, and ammonium chloride, etc. Okay, they have free ions, so they can conduct electricity. Now, electrolytes are also classified. So, the conduction of current by the electrolytes in aqueous solution is expressed in terms of degree of dissociation or degree of ionization. So, on the basis of degree of dissociation, there are two types of electrolytes are found. One that are known as strong electrolytes, means those type electrolytes which have high degree of dissociation are called strong electrolytes. Examples of this type of electrolytes are HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, NaOH, KOH, NaCl, etc. And the other types of electrolytes which are weak electrolytes, in which The dissociation of this type of electrolytes is very slow. So this type of electrolytes are known as the weak electrolytes. Okay, weak electrolytes. Example of weak electrolytes are methylamine, ethylamine, phenylamine, and other salt like ammonium hydroxide, copper hydroxide, mercury, mercurous chloride, etc. Okay, so these are the basic examples of some weak electrolytes. Okay, now come to some concepts related to the electric conductance. First is Ohm's law. So according to Ohm's law, the potential difference across a conductor is directly proportional to current flow through it. Means जो current is directly proportional to and across a conductor, and I is the strength of the current. Okay, so potential difference directly proportional to conduction of current, V directly proportional to I. Yeah, uh, you can write it V upon I equals to constant. Okay, now you can simplify, R is the constant, so you can write V upon I equals to R. Okay, and the unit of the Ohm's law is omega. Okay, so Ohm's law can also be stated as follows: the strength of the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to potential difference across the conductor and inversely proportional to resistance of the conductors. Okay, so strength depend to directly proportional to the potential difference and inversely proportional to the resistance of the conductor, which denoted by this relationship. Next, specific resistance or resistivity. Specific resistance or resistivity. So, what is this? The resistance of conductor is directly proportional to its length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. Directly proportional to length and inversely proportional to area of cross section. Okay, and finally R equals to rho L upon A, where rho is the constant of proportionality, is called specific resistance. Okay, now conductance. What is the conductance? So conductance is the measure of the ease of flow of current through a conductor. Okay, it is defined as the reciprocal of the resistance is known as the conductance. C equals to 1 upon R. Okay, C equals to 1 upon R. Now specific conductivity, specific conductance. So the reciprocal of specific resistance is called specific conductance, and it is denoted by kappa. Kappa equals to 1 upon rho. Okay, so these are some basic formulas by which you can calculate any one. You can simplify it. Kappa equals to 1 upon R into L upon A, length upon area, or finally kappa equals to C into L upon A. This relation will come here. C is equal to 1 upon R. Okay, next, equivalence conductance and conductance of electrolytic solutions. Okay, thank you, have a nice